Hey all, welcome to Pleiadian Point of View. I'm Peyton with Peyton Energetics, and I'm a Pleiadian channel. So in this week's Point of View, the Pleiadians wanted to talk to us about how to break down the matrix. And this is one of my favorite topics. So the Pleiadians want to offer us some simple steps as lightworkers and starseeds to start breaking down the 3D matrix. So the Pleiadians are going to give us a couple of simple steps that we can start to collapse the old 3D system, because aren't we about done with that? So let's start off by jumping in and talking about their first suggestion, and that is to pull our energy back from the matrix. And what they are talking about when they mention the importance of pulling back our energy is that we have to actually unplug energetically from what we are trying to release. So if we are trying to let go of a system, or in this case, an entire manifested reality, we have to retract our energy from it. So before you can take your cell phone with you to the grocery store, you have to take it off its charger. So what we want to do when we remove our energy from anything is just pull our energetic investment out. Because in order for us to have manifested something in our reality, whether it is something small like what we are having for lunch, or whether it is something massive like our entire reality, we are energetically connected to it. Our energy is supporting that construct. So the first thing the Pleiadians recommend for us is to start pulling our energy back from any systems or structures that no longer serve the whole. Anything you don't want to have in your future. So how do you actually pull your energy back from something? Well, a simple way to do this is just to imagine something that you would like to release. So maybe this is something that is happening in the world that you really disagree with. Or maybe this is some of the world's systems and structures that we now know as the awakened community are not in humanity's best interest. And just hold that in your imagination and imagine that you are pulling your energy out of it. So just holding it in your imagination and imagine you are sucking your energy back to yourself. And one great way to visualize this is just to see balls or streaks of light coming off of that thing. Now, you may even go as big as visualizing the entire 3D matrix, the hologram around planet Earth, and starting to pull your energy out of it. And just see those beautiful balls of light coming back to you and being reabsorbed in your body. And this is just a way for you to symbolically extract your energy from it, to pull your energy back, to pull your consent back. Because as long as our energy is entwined with something, we keep it in our reality. And our external world is no different. So as long as we are looking around, invested in the 3D matrix drama, responding and reacting emotionally to it, we are still energetically investing in it. So the first thing that the Pleiadians recommend for us is to start pulling our energy back. Because as they like to say, in order to create what we want to create, we need creative fuel. So we need an energy resource to create something new with. And this is how we get it. We have to pull that energy back from what we don't want to sustain anymore. We don't want our energy holding up the 3D matrix anymore. So by starting to pull your energy out of it, you start to collapse the matrix and you start to remove yourself from it. Now, the second step, according to the Pleiadians, is they like to tell us that it's important for us to start removing our consent. Because as beings who are living on this planet, we have free will. And so when there is something we do not consent to anymore, it can be very helpful as a form of intention to start articulating what we don't agree to anymore. Just start to say no. And so one of the ways that we can do this is just in our daily affirmations or starting a daily practice. As we see something in our reality that we don't agree with anymore, that we don't choose to create in our new reality, to start to just say to ourselves, I do not consent to that. Because this simple statement is incredibly powerful. It is a statement of your free will. And so we can start to do this more often. Most of us don't think to do this. And so one way that I do this is if I am catching a news story or seeing something on social media that is extremely dense, extremely polarizing, I will just say to myself, I do not consent to blank. And that is just a simple way to make a statement of your intention and your free will. And the matrix is no different. It is only here because we created it. And what we have created, we can uncreate. But we have to start using our voice, using our free will to make statements of what we no longer consent to. We no longer consent to deception. We no longer consent to manipulation. We no longer consent to abuse. Whatever it is you don't want to take with you into your future, this is a great time to start clarifying your intention, because that is a statement of your sovereign free will. And then step number 3, according to the Pleiadians, is, and you have heard them say this many, many times, focus on what you want to create. Living in our imagination is what they are encouraging us to do over and over. Because as we start to play in our imagination, to imagine a new earth that has total transparency, total equality for everyone, where the resources of the planet belong freely and equally to everyone, we create that. And we start to do that with our imagination. Because as you start to play in that world, in your imagination, you start to invest your energy in that reality, not in the old one where we are kind of autopilot focusing. So starting to place as much focus as you can. And the Pleiadians lately have been recommending that we envision our new reality, our new earth, every single day. Envisioning it to the point that you feel what it is like to live in a paradise on earth, because we are creating that at this moment. And the more we start to pull our energy back out of what we don't agree to anymore, what we don't want to create as our future, and start to invest all that great energy that we have just called back to ourselves, because we have a lot of energy invested in the 3D game. It's served humanity for certain purposes for a very long time, but that time is over. We are ready as an awakened community to create the new earth as a manifested reality. But we have to divest ourselves from the old before we can manifest the new. So these are 3 simple steps the Pleiadians wanted to share to help us take back our creative control and to help start to break down this outdated system that isn't serving humanity anymore. So let me know in the comments below, what do you most want to remove your energy from? Drop that in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. I'll see you soon. Bye.